Welcome, one and all. Now, this episode is a continuation of my hard mode or normal mode, which is the harder mode. So, it's really just how to, maximize. I am enjoying it. I've got quite a few reds here. So, I just wanted to point out really for normal mode, only supply what you need to supply. Generally, this is due to what you can afford because money's always tight, especially down here at the beginning, and also services because services cost you money. But I do need to add an elementary school because we get complaints. So that's cured that complaint, but that's the only thing you need. So you don't need to go high schools or not, and we can't afford it at this point. Don't really need them. Elementary school is fine, so that should cover us for now. I think we're all right for the other stuff now. So we just need to really just try to maximize our income, because obviously we're borderline still a bit on the ropes. And you find you like this for quite a few milestones when you're in this normal, and let's say it's the harder mode. I mean, I always call it hard mode because it is. There's only two options: easy or normal. So this is definitely harder than easy, but it gives you more of a challenge, this mode. So I'll probably chuck a few videos out as I go along. Yeah, it's looking tight. Just as I sort of like can show something that I think you guys may be interested in seeing. So built it out a little bit more. Let's see. We got some commercial properties, and we've got some of our supply chain properties. So I'm going to drop some of them out because they all give us a benefit of something. And then I can upgrade this as well. So always look to upgrade these supply chain items when you can. And that gives us a couple of extra bits and bobs. So let's have a look at the police. We do need to get a police station because we have got complaints about it being, they will complain about anything, won't they? Yeah. So it's a bit dodgy. Right, that should clear me there. So let's see. So that crime risk should come down. Lack of entertainment. Okay, we probably need to put some parks in. So all you're doing here is looking to keep your Sims happy. And nothing more. So it's not like easy mode, like I say, where you can almost be dropping things down left, right, and center without any, once you're past this beginning stage, you can usually do whatever you want. But in this harder mode, you have to be pretty tight when it comes down to what you're dropping down there. So I think. So we pretty covered. I mean, high crime risk is still high, but that will. Okay, let's just fill out a little bit more, I think, just to maximize our homes, so we can get more tax, more income. Excellent. Again, let's just stick with the same one, and let's just fill out all we're doing. I mean, we can afford to buy a tile, for sure. We'll definitely not have the money for that, but also we have to pay for upkeep. So it's not just getting it initially, it's paying for it, and that goes for services and tiles. So we're going to maximize our tile here until we've literally got nowhere else to go. And then before we move forward, I'll probably just let it run for a while and let it build up a bit of money in the background. And that's the thing for this. You don't want to overbuild too quickly. You just want to have enough residents in there. And when you've got a reasonable equilibrium, sort of enough jobs, let it run for a bit, because they will upgrade the residential and the business and the specialized industry. And I've slipped into the red. So this happens quite a bit, especially down at this stage. So I have concentrated obviously on so I've got quite high unemployment, so I've concentrated on getting those happiness up, but I can now put in a little bit more industry, try to get more tax in. And we might actually look at some tax increases, I think. Don't use the bother easy mode, but yeah, it's a thing that we need to do. You sacrifice, if you increased tax, you sacrifice demand, and you can kill demand actually. So you got to be careful, but we can increase certain amount of tax. But let's see what this brings us. So just give Sims a few more jobs. And let's see if we can just give us a little bit more of our network infrastructure. Okay. Right, I think we're going to do some of that, because we are actually in a hole now. So adding more Sims and more work, and more tax, it's not really doing what we're hoping it would be doing, because obviously we are paying. So looking for ways to save money. I think we got garbage as well, which I'm not sure why we got garbage problems, because we pretty like try. I mean, we're not providing it here. It is coming from external, but our traffic's looking all right. So it might just be distance that it's coming from, because obviously it's coming from a bit of a way away when you look at we're using somebody else to do it. So let's have a look at tax. So I don't generally mess about with residential. I don't want to damage any of that. But you can go really micromanagement, to increase tasks, reduce tasks, to increase demand for certain things. But I'm just going to do an overall. So I'll do a 12 and 12. There's no point messing with office. I haven't put any office in, although I've got demand for it. Might have to give it a little bit more than that, because you just look at your demand bar and you can see it's not really going. So I'm going to go to 14 and see how that looks. And it's just put me under. It's just put me over the line. So I'm now back in profit. That's a good thing. Look at that. See, I've got fire here and no fire station. So it's something I do need to address once I've got money, because I can't afford any fire station right now. So a good way to avoid fire spreading is just to demolish while it's on fire. And this is why I'm not really doing any detail with trees. I'm not spending any extra money. So let's see where we are. So we still got some to go for unemployment. So I think I can afford to put this in. Eventually Sims will start to complain if you leave unemployment too high for too long. I think I might put in another specialized industry here. So this little island, I've got targeted obviously for wood. So I'm pretty tight there though. I mean, that is a lot. That's only got 16 grand coming in. So that's service upkeeps is where all my money's going. And I haven't really done this. You can do this at the beginning, but I mean, roads, for example. I mean, at this point, do I need 100% in my budget for roads? Obviously, I've got a good electric supply, so I could probably lose some money there too. Reduce that service burden as such, at least in the thing. So let's take roads down. Let's see. Should I leave it at 80? I'm not sure whether I need to put in. Let's see what I've got now. It's still showing. Let's take it right down to half. It's not really showing. Is it? No, I have gone up. It's 31 grand now. And I am exporting quite a bit, but only to one place. Obviously, the more you export to, the more you, the more you sell. I'm only exporting one way right now. What else can I do? I mean, there's water, but water is pretty tight for us, to be honest. I don't want to reduce any service on that because it will reduce that overall supply. Happiness is looking really good right now. Let's see if there's any buildings that I can put in. So real estate mansion, these are useful for bringing up, especially for the residential side. It brings up well-being in the nearby area by X amount. So it's worth dropping them in. I generally forget to do this in easy mode because, the bonus isn't required. So unless I really want the asset. But in our mode here, you want to get them in, and I might as well get these in as well. So these are the commercial from supply chain. I'm probably going to put these here actually. Just replace those, and then we'll have a bit of an edge. What else have we got? Any more? Not got any more commercial yet, so we could probably add some of that. We do have an office though, so I've not got any offices yet, so I could drop this down and it will give us some sort of office capability, but it's one of those things I probably wouldn't keep it there. Let's think about adding some extra specialized industry, I think. So we got here, so they're all upgraded. Let's have a look. So this is what you need to concentrate on at the early stages, just to make sure that you've got a good forecast moving forward. This is very, this is why the normal mode is a lot more simmy, because you're more concerned with the services and the cost versus the benefit that you're getting. So in here, the benefit is if they complain, then try to treat it. So I do have a couple of, I've got 8 points here to spend. I mean, water treatment plants would be nice at some point. I'm not going to put it in yet though, because again, service cost. Crematorium, I'll put that in just in case. I'm not going to go for colleges yet or anything like that. I don't need trains at this point. I think it might be worth actually getting these in. I think it gives me some options, because I do want to get these highways changed, or well, this road changed over to highways, but let's leave that for a minute and we'll get back to it. And it's all fine tuning and waiting and letting things soak for a while, which is what I'm sort of doing and trying to cut it. I'll try and cut it out the video as and when I've got some long pauses. But that's the nature of this gameplay. You do have to let things soak for a little while. So unemployment is still up there at 12%. They will start complaining eventually. I generally don't trust the bar as much. I like to go into to see what the unemployment figures is, and if it's over, 5%, then I could be looking at, adding some extra businesses or extra jobs, depending on what that thing is. So, yeah, I think it's just a case of like, I just need to expand a little bit more. Potentially, I need to put in some more specialized industry, I think, which would answer that demand. Let's see, what about if we just put some turnarounds on the end of these, I think, just to, and then we'll look to populate these guys as well and get more residential in. Okay, let's do it. Right, we've grown a little bit now. So let's just cut this in. It will cut into the mountainside a little bit, so that's fine. Probably come back at some point once we've opened up this next tile, which we're going to be coming close to doing soon, but I've still got plenty of space to fill out yet, so not right now. And we need to be in a much better financial or fiscal position before we start really adding any new tiles. And we're not going to be adding a lot of tiles. We're going to be literally have to do it one at a time. Yeah, money's hard to come by in normal mode, and we probably just need to give a little bit of love to our arcs and that to make sure happiness stays up. And perhaps another one up here. Don't want to waste that. What's it? It would pop in there. Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, it really is just fine tuning. And there's milestone 5, so that gives me a bunch of money. That's good. That's well needed. Yeah, we'll tidy this up at some point. So it's all looking reasonably sweet. I think it may be time to look at our specialized industry as well. So actually got quite a bit of, so I mean, if I think this is the next step here, is to bring in this this road here, and then we can put some forestry on. So we just put that in there for now, and let's just drag this right up to here. We'll pretty much cover this isle, this small islet in forestry. And then we should be able to pick up some additional supply chain buildings once we get this going. Okay, that's in, and obviously we've got a bridge here, so we do need to connect our services just to make sure that we got water and sewage, because it doesn't drag them over a bridge. There we go. That's cured that bit. Right, let's just get this all out here. I can't do the whole island, obviously, because we don't own all of it right now, so get what we can. That'll work. Let's get rid of that road. We don't actually need that now, so. And then we can wrap this right around. Oh, we've got like I'm going to keep that in here, actually. It's just like a bit of a building, a ruins. Add some character, so we'll not get rid. Just capturing as much as I can here. Let's see if we can get this out. Okay. And just get this all tidied up. And we should be done. I should do, I think. Right, that should give us another supply chain building soon. And just FYI, guys, just I think I've made this thing before that I am running all the DLCs. So that is I'm not running any mods currently, although that's likely to change because I need some of the mods, man. I need some of the quality of life mods. They don't make any changes to the game, but they just make my quality of life easier, and why not, is my opinion on that. So I'm gonna just fill this area in here with a little bit of stone. Stone doesn't need any particular resource. You can plop this down anywhere. So this will give us, usually stone is one of them, the most requested resource for most of your businesses. So we'll probably end up having quite a few of these over time. So let's put this out up here. And we can finish this in, actually. There we go. Now, if we probably could take this right up to the road here, I think. And just have it so it looks huggy to the road. I could take snapping off and make this a bit cleaner, but it does it all right like this. So that looks quite the part, actually. Quite happy with that. So again, this is just all playing about with small increments. Can't do anything too big, and then just let things soak in a little while. But, you know, don't be rushing around plopping things down left, right, and centre. You'll bankrupt your city before you know it. I mean, look at that. There's such a fine line there. I could probably still actually play more when it comes down to my finances, but let's see how it goes. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got an antique score. So let's see what we got here. What have we got in buildings? So we've got this particle board factory. That's quite big. Oh, another one. The building come up there. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah. Need to find some homes for these. So let's increase our road system upwards a bit. And then we can add in these supply chain industries. Yeah, that should work. So let's take that road up here. And then join it back down here. Eventually that'll be upgradable once we get all the products in. This is coming from all the wood. I think they look good, these, actually, the supply chain. Right, I need to put something else in here, really, and that road is now in my way. So, ideally, what I need to do is to get rid of that, because it is causing me a bit of a waste. I am going to have to re-put in my pipes for water and sewage. Now I broke that. Okay. Let's delete these initial ones and re-put them in, because we broke it by deleting the road and then re-adding it. So let's just re-add this now. It should get our water and sewage flowing again. Right. Let's put in our other building here. That's looking good. Let's bring out this to here. Oops. Need that on straight. And then bring that in there like so. Can I upgrade? Not yet. Oh, not yet. Yeah, getting pretty close now. And that gives us a little bit of income surge. So we're not doing too bad. Have we got anything else that we can be putting in? Got quite a bit of commercial stuff here. We got an antique store from supply chain, which obviously doesn't need to go over here. It can go over here to the residential because it's commercial. Where would it go? Should we put it? What about put it actually on the main road here, and let's have a bit of a main road mall thing, or main street. Yeah. I might get rid of those houses as well. So what else have we got? Steakhouse. Lobster tail. How big's that? Yeah, it's a bit of a restaurant-y type feel, this, and that's too big. Yeah, that'll work. Let's take the zoning off of these, I think. We don't really need them there now. I mean, underground mode, so I'll just delete those. So yeah, it's these little touches. In this mode, you just got to be careful and a little bit precise. There's some things we may come back at a later time and slightly alter, but I'm trying not to have to do major alterations. So I'm trying to make it as as fixed as I can. Some roads may change though as we open up things in the future. So I wonder if that can go in there. So if I actually like that here, not enough room there, but I don't want to bunch them up. So let us that park's in the way, so we could potentially move that to the other side. So let's do that. So put that on the other side of the path, and then let's get rid of these residential homes here. Now we should be able to put in our asset. Perfect. Okay, that looks good. Right, what else have we got? We'll just pop that on. So gravity separation might work. So won't go over here or over here, but it will drop in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. So we need that coming up here, and we're going to hit that wall again. I think we might be a bit too close there. So I don't think it's going to let me. No, the bend's too much. So I think what I'm going to need to do is come from the top here. Not going to get past there, so I'm going to have to sacrifice a little bit of space again on here. So just bring it in a bit, just a little touch, and see if that's enough. So let's put that in there, and then actually if I do a curve, so if I hit curve here, yeah, that works. Now this looks a bit odd, so what I'm going to do, which is a vanilla trick, is I'm going to just increase the surface area for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this down here, then that looks good. Yeah. And I think, to be honest, I'm going to bring it all out of here as well. And then it's all, yeah, perfect. Could do the similar thing with this, and it just helps you to, you know, better fill out a gap without having, you know, it looks a bit odd otherwise. So I think this will work. Yeah. So let's zoom on that and that, and I'll leave the rest actually because that's fine being like that. But yeah, it looks quite good. Can this be upgraded now? Not quite. What about this one? Not quite. But we're getting there, folks. And we're pretty much tight on this side, I think. Expenses is still looking I'm not too happy with that, you know. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bite the bullet, and I think I might bring down the electricity bit. I mean, I don't want to bring down the schools. I mean, I totally could, but we're going to get complaints again. I've got a bit of money though. Let's get this firehouse in, and then I know what I'm playing at. I do need the fire engine because I've got no cover at all. So it's going to be primarily over here, serving the industrial, but it should be able to loop across, hopefully, to this area here. Might take a while to get there. So after a little bit more filling in, it's a little bit more running, and I need to. They are complaining about internet now. Of course they are. That is available. So I'm not gonna buy or get the things for the new ones. I'm literally going to use the starter mast, but probably going to need to put another one in over here so that the industrial area also has good internet. So if I put that somewhere here, perhaps, there you go. That's a good internet service. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. So we're starting to get there. Got some gaps I can fill in though. So we are pretty much bunched up. And it's just letting things grow a little bit. So we've got an express one to go. Let's see if I can squeeze that in somewhere. Got a bit of this free space up there actually. What else have we got? Nothing on the residential side. We've still got a couple on our commercial and a couple on our offices, sort of signature buildings. But yeah, I probably will add some mods just to get some. Obviously burnt down, just to get some quality of life changes, and I'll introduce them on another video. Okay, so we're looking pretty sweet right now. I think probably just need to be looking at upgrading the residential a bit more. As you can see, our expenses still reasonably close. I mean, 130k a month we're doing, so I did down the roads to 50%, but to be honest, that's not really having any. Well, it's affected it a little, but not a lot. And the worry is if I have roads too underfunded, then I'm going to get problems with traffic. So I'm going to put that back up to 100, and instead I'm going to down the electric, because if we look at our electric supply, we're throwing out loads, absolute loads, and selling loads. So I think we can get away with getting that budget right down, because we're not utilizing it a lot, and it's just knocked it down a little bit. That's all. So I think we have to keep an eye on it, but that should give us, and it has. Look at that. Look at the difference. It's jumped up to 352, so that's perfect. I'm not going to mess with the service fee though. I don't want my Sims complaining. Water and sewage, I don't want to mess with that at all, because that obviously we're getting borderline now. Probably gonna have to put a sewage plant in at some point as well, because our poo pipe here is going to start. Yeah, it's not going to be looking pretty soon. So, but it is curtailing it like I expected it would, because how the water flows around that little islet. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet, isn't it, folks? You know, bit more work to do, but I think we can start a bit of building. So let's do that. Let's start a bit of building. Might speed the video up a little bit, because I'm probably going to have to save some time here. So that sort of filled that side up. That's definitely going to be, it's going to want some soaking time. So not bad actually, 7 point, we've got full happiness, no red flags waving. We're down to 7.7% unemployment. Elementary school is not doing too bad at all. I mean, I could upgrade it. Might need to if they start complaining about it. I can upgrade these now. Oh, look at that. That's not got one. We can upgrade that one. That's for sure. Excellent. So, like I say, keep reiterating. This mode is, it's the tortoise and the hare. You are the tortoise on this one, and if you do it slow, but with enough sort of intent, you will succeed. It's just at this point of the game, it can be a little dodgy. So I'm going to put some more farms in around here, which will break things up a little bit. So let's see what we've got here. Probably put some different stuff in though this time. There's obviously no thingy here, so I can't put any thingers in, any grain farm or anything like that because it's not arable land. So I'm just going to put some food in there, some animals which don't need anything like that. So let's just fill that up, and it should give us then some more supply chain. I'll get rid of that, it's in the wrong place. Some supply chain options and more signature buildings. And again, all them signature buildings are pretty crucial to help the city by somewhat, usually some like on import costs and things like that. So it helps you keep all your businesses supported. So it definitely is worth doing. Okay, and we'll go up just a little bit here, I think. Follow the road around. I mean, I might need to change this a little once I put, proper turnings into here eventually. I mean, it's starting to get no good profit in. So long may that continue. So let's bring that right in here. And it can go roughly, but excellent. And what we can do now is do a similar one next to it here. And then we can fill in that under bit as well. So shame you can't cross roads with this. That's my only thing. Put something like a cattle crossing or something in. That would be a nice touch, but it is what it is. So you have to be a bit more inventive with your road system. I don't know why that's not dropping. Why is that not dropping? Okay, let's bring that. That's the signature build-in for the supply chain. Just dropped. So let's see. It's been a little bit finicky. And sometimes it gets like this, to be fair. It's like it doesn't put the node in. I don't know why that's not. Oh, it's only this time, so it must have just been how it was initially done. I'm not sure why it weren't doing the change, but that's done the change fine. So should be able to move forward here in a straight line. Yeah. And that should click in. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Oh, another signature building come available. So let's have a look, see what we've got here. So industry-wise, we've got this livestock processing, which would go in there. Where else will it go? Not quite in there. It will go on this side. But I don't really want it on that main road. So it would be better if you go in right about here, but... Okay. Let us do this. Let's take a road up here. And let's put the signature building on it here. That's it. Let's terminate it here and rejoin it there. I can have an upgrade soon once we've got enough livestock through the system. What else can we do? So looking at 9.5% unemployment, which is not too bad. And the only thing they're claiming about is traffic. Is there a traffic problem? Oops. What have I done? Okay. Just hit pause. Okay, the availability has gone down. So yeah, let's put an upgrade into it for now and see if that fixes the problem. We just yeah, pretty much run out of water. Yeah, let's give us a little bit of breathing space. And we have got 15 points now, though, so we can start thinking about putting some things in. So I get a recycling centre. Probably not got enough money for that yet. No, not quite. 880. I'm about halfway there, just over. We probably need to answer that pretty soon before they start complaining about the city stinks of all the rubbish. So let's see. It's all fine tweaks. Let things like, you know, grow. Let them upgrade. We're pretty much stuffed when it comes down to putting any more residential now because we've made our commitments across this side. So 300 grand though a month, which isn't too bad. But I'd still say before we actually open up a new tile, we let this grow a little bit. Perhaps hopefully upgrade. Electric is looking good. Service fee. So we are exporting, but not as much. So it's a bit, yeah, it's a little bit, you know, out of one hand into the other, but I don't really want to change anything else when it comes down to budget. And this is what it is. It's not saying that's the wrong way or right way to do it. I'm not doing it the right way, and I'm not doing it the wrong way. I'm doing it my way. So this is only a suggestion, guys. Feel free to play about yourself and see what works for you. But this sort of like after number of failures, we'll say, you know, early doors when I first started this game for City Skylines 2. it took some time, some experimentation just to work out, because we didn't have an easy mode at that time. It was just one mode. It was just this. So it was slightly difficult. Well, it made easier because the thing is, then they changed it and it went harder, yada, yada, yada. So it definitely is something. I think I'll get all these roads and start. I'll be thinking about putting these up next, I think. But yeah, this works for me. Let's put it that way. I mean, the biggest goal here is get a decent electrical supply that you can sell to the outside world. A slight increase in taxes for the commercial offices and the industrial. And don't put anything down you don't need to. So if they're not complaining about it, don't put it down. Because each service building you put is going to take a chunk out your monthly money, which is what you don't want in this game, especially at this beginning stage where we're just growing. So I don't think there's much else that I need to get right now. Might get that welfare office actually, because it is useful. It is useful to give, you know, a little bit more. I can get parks and actually get these. That might be the better way to go. I'll think about it for the rest. Only got 3 left. Again, you've got to be careful of what you put down. Remember, just look at what it's charging you per month and then just check your monthly income to see, can you cope with that? Because we need profit. If we don't have profit, we won't grow. So let's, and also get these in because they all help. You can shuffle about at a later stage. But right now, they're going to help your well-being, or with the signature, with the supply chain buildings, they're going to have some really wide-ranging effects on your whole city, and it's usually based upon things like, you know, import goods, like that is import costs, etc., and attractiveness. I mean, I'm getting to the stage now where we're getting close to letting it soak for a while, I think. And then I'll probably finish the video off with some sort of a quick, you know, view through what we've built up to now. But this is the time when you just want to let it soak, run until you start losing stuff. So that's usually when it stops growing. So while the money's increasing and or the people are moving in, then let it run for a while. There's no harm. Just step away for a little bit, save it obviously first, just in case anything goes wrong and you're not looking at it at the time, and then just let it sit in the background and hum to itself. That's how you win at in this mode. It's time, patience, let things grow. Don't put anything that they're not shouting for. So if there's any changes in the happiness, it goes to red, then answer that query, because otherwise it will stop them. They could move out, and if Sims move out, then your money goes down. That's not what you want. So at the end of the day, the goal is to to have people moving in and to have your money increasing. And we're doing pretty good on both right now. And obviously reduce your service costs. Try to do more in-house as such. I mean, we've got crematoriums and healthcares we're added. I mean, there is some complaints about that, but it's not coming up as a serious complaint right now, and we are covered. So I'm not I mean, if you look at the healthcare, we got well enough. I mean, why would I have to put something in? Don't need to. And the only thing up is the high crime risk. And that's only low now, 1%, so +1, so that's not an issue. You know, I can add more police, but obviously we still got a fire risk. Only got a very small fire station, but again, it's not crucial right now. So should we take a look through? We will be looking to build this up later on. I may drop another video, but let's have a look and take a look at the town. So, pretty impressive. I think I'm quite happy with it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Until then, bye everybody.